Hey, how we doing? Happy Mystery Sunday. Daylight Savings Time. Mystery Sunday. So it's really like 8:15 right now. It ain't even 9:15. 15 after the hour. So what's going on? I almost just killed my cat because she snuck into my computer chair when I was standing up, and I almost sat on her. No, I did sit on her, but I almost crushed her. We ain't playing games. If you want to play games, you gotta go somewhere else. You're looking at my hand like you're gonna attack me. Hey, oh, hey, Selena. Say hi. Yeah, you're on camera. Now you're gonna act all good because you know you're on camera. Yeah, but you were trying to bite me before you knew you were on camera. So say hi. Come on. You gotta be Miss Center of Attention. Come on. Nothing? There you go. Yeah? Why don't you go lay down? Ouch. She does not deserve to be the center of attention. She does nothing around here. She brings nothing to the table. Like, she wouldn't even kill a mouse. Guaranteed. Wouldn't do it. I mean, it's... But she wouldn't. Alright. Let's do this. I did not even look to see what we did last week. So we might have to take a few moments. Alright, what did she tell us last time? Alright, someone got to the safe before her. Alright, I think she's the Major's, she's the kid's dad. That's my next vote. Hugo. Cassandra thinks Hugo. Alright, what are we supposed to be doing now? The Major was not a blackmailer. He was being blackmailed. Okay, I think we already figured that out. Well, I'm glad that I was correct with my assumption. Alright, doesn't tell me what to do. What do we get rid of these? Alright, Margot touched the body. Okay, I forgot about that. That's probably something we might need to know. Rihanna took ice to the Major on her own accord. And Zechariah, he's got PTSD. Shell shock, whatever. It was called shell shock back then. It's PTSD now, bitches. Alright, let's see what Archie's got to say.
Detective Poirot, how is your investigation coming?
I mean, it could be better.
Monsieur Sterling, I must admit, I have learned much more than I was expecting to.
No, I like fishing. I like cats, but she don't run this shit. I run this shit.
You'll be wrapping the case up soon, then.
Oh, Archie, why are you worried?
I finished learning, monsieur, and in this case, I shall need to continue if I am to find the Major's killer.
It might help to vocalize your thinking. I'm all ears.
So Sterling offers an interesting concept. If I was to state the current position of my investigation by holding back certain truths, the guilty parties may realize I'm hot on their heels and reveal their hand.
Monsieur, would you gather the guests and staff in the salon?
All right.
Right away, Detective. Can I ask for what reason?
I shall reveal all once everyone is together.
All right, Chapter 6. The Search. Something was thrown outside. The window was open and where the murder was. Really? I don't see her.
What is the meaning of all this?
Looks like she left.
Madame, I ask that you all lend me your ears for only a few moments. What I have to say is of great significance to everyone. You are all invited here to celebrate the engagement of Mademoiselle Angeline Vandenbosch and Monsieur Gédéon Demire, the coming together of two prevalent families. But the celebrations were short-lived, as Major Felix Egan was found dead in his study by a young servant.
No, usually I talk to her when she meows at me because
Then
she's talking to
became
me.
my responsibility and obligation as a detective to uncover the truth behind his demise. My initial examination of his study exposed a number of things I did not expect to find. Things I have no desire to divulge at this time, but what I can say is this. It was no simple murder. A letter demanding ransom for a continued silence confirmed this. I am sure some, if not all of you, have heard whispers of a series of blackmails that have plagued the social elite in recent weeks. After hearing of the letters in the Major's study, you may ask if it was him behind the letters. You may further ask if he was preparing his next threat to another unsuspecting victim. It is a question that crossed even my mind. That was until I sought the truth. That in fact it was the Major that had fallen victim to our blackmailer Mystérieux. Last night I spoke with you all, confirmed your whereabouts in the house over the course of the evening, and while I would have expected such questioning to reveal a potential suspect, What I learned was that it could not have been one of you.
What do you mean, not one of us? The man was stabbed. He hardly did that to himself. There is still a killer in the house.
Pardon, monsieur, if you would allow me to finish. It could not have been only one of you. Rather a partnership, in cahoots, if you will. Conversations today have revealed facts that I was not expecting to discover. And although they may have muddied and complicated my investigation, what I must do to bring the guilty parties to justice has become clearer. Those of you that spun stories in an attempt to confuse and derail my investigation have made a grave mistake in underestimating my intelligence. Other detectives may fall for such deception, but I can assure you, Detective Poirot is no such fool.
No.
My investigation is far from over, and swift justice shall be dealt to those that have committed such appalling acts and have continued to mislead and lie to protect themselves.
Hey, Nibbler.
Now, I must continue mon enquête, and I shall leave you to consider that you may be beside a cold-hearted killer. Bonsoir. Monsieur Sterling, un moment.
Quite the speech, Detective.
That's me.
Merci. But it was not made to entertain, more to warn the guilty parties that I am hot on their heels, no matter how clever they believe themselves to be.
Well, if there is anything I can do.
I like to search bedrooms and returned to study last night. Did you notice anything different from your previous visit?
Nothing. But I was so preoccupied with the Major. Sorry, Detective. Should I have?
Always.
Perhaps it was just my mind playing games again.
Maybe one of the guests got lost and wandered in.
If a guest had taken a wrong turn, finding themselves in the Major's bedroom first, I'm sure they would not have proceeded to the next door unless they were not lost at all.
Is that really necessary?
The murderer remains at large, and there is still no sign of the weapon. I would say that makes them essential.
Of course. I still just cannot imagine any of them being guilty of his murder.
Woo woo, party time.
It may be hard to imagine, but it is the truth.
What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, I'm busy.
Master Hagen had a key, obviously, and Lady Vandenbosch.
Put that tail away, I swear to God, you start clicking shit. Monsieur DeMille was quite sure Archibald had a copy of the key. It is not something one would easily forget.
When requested, aye. If something is required from there when Master Hagen is not around.
Forgive me. If he is not around, how is it you access the safe?
It's not what you think, Detective.
What I think is that you have been trusted with a copy of the key, and you have lied to me about it.
I only lied because of the trouble I can get into with Lady Vandenbosch.
At this moment, monsieur, you should be more worried about the trouble you shall find yourself in with the law.
Yes, sir.
I know how it will sound, but I lost my key. I must have set it down somewhere, and it has been tidied away. Master Hagen asked so rarely for me to go in the safe, I didn't think it would be missed.
I don't think he lost it. I think someone stole it. Monsieur Sterling's story was lost key strikes me as rather coincidental. The Major's safe is broken into with documents ransacked and letters involving Vandenbosch's secret left out. It is a crime with no apparent purpose. There is a matter regarding the comatose we must discuss.
I should have said this morning. I'm sorry.
Monsieur, I am not quite sure you understand the severity of what has happened.
I am well aware, Detective. I just thought she would be able to help.
Would you allow a man with a smoking gun to remove his bullet from a victim's chest?
I suppose not.
I understand that Moncho Sterling was only trying to help, but surely he must have seen what it could do for the integrity of my investigation.
I would like to begin my searches now. Since it is closest, I will start with the west wing.
I may not be back when you return. Here is the key to the other rooms. Please
You know,
return
hey,
when you're
go
done.
lick your asshole somewhere else. Hey, lick your asshole somewhere else, please.
Merci. I shall guard it with my life.
You better, dude. Alright, play the Comatose Visits. New mind map. Before I can accuse anyone of a crime, I must be sure if they are working alone or with another. This is a perfect opportunity to find any evidence of any collusion. And look for the murder weapon. Key to the East Wing. Archibald allowed Margot to check the body. Cocksucker. Alright. I say it every week, but I fucking love Poirot's red kicks. I should make myself known before entering.
Entrez.
The Comtesse room. It would be rude to not address her before searching the room. Dun dun.
Detective, what a pleasure. I did not expect to see you in my chambers.
In a purely professional capacity, I can assure you.
There is no need to act so stiff, detective.
Or maybe there is.
Madame, after the revelation of your actions last night, I'm afraid my sense of humor is all but gone.
I will not apologize again for merely trying to help. Shall we get straight to it then? Let us not waste your time any further, detective.
Alright, I saw you conversing with one of the young servants yesterday.
That would be Inga. She has been one of the most promising young women that has come from the shelter.
Madame Vandenbosch took in a young lady from your shelter.
There is no need to sound so surprised, detective. She does have a heart.
I did not mean to sound so cruel. I just did not expect Madame to hire someone of that background after the incident with her previous maid, Florette.
People change, detective. You should not judge someone on their past actions.
Sometimes you should.
Countess, I know that only too well.
Commend your dedication with the woman you help. It is most honorable.
Be careful, detective. That almost sounded like a compliment.
It is your actions in this house that have been questionable, Madame. Your work outside is something that many more could take note of.
We do what we can.
Man, you just fucked up a little bit ago, but you cool though. You found many girls from
We
shelter
wouldn't be doing
work?
a very
Yeah,
good
you know what I
job
meant.
if I could only help one girl. I in fact found work for one of them as a maid in Monsieur da Silva's house recently.
Oh yeah.
She has fitted into Monsieur's home well.
What is better, detective? That she remained in an abusive house? Or she is able to rebuild her life with an honest wage in a prosperous house?
When put like that, is she happy in her position?
The happiest she has been in years. I check in with them all as often as possible. And if there was a problem, I would know.
Oh yeah, would you? I'm glad to hear that more girls are building a better future for themselves. And it is with help from Comtesse that it has been able to happen.
Merci, Madame.
The wonders of modern technology. What a joy it must be to have music in one's home. Da-da-da-da-da. What kind of book is she reading? Come on, fish, get off the mouse bed. Perhaps the happy couple's engagement has someone in a particularly romantic mood. Please, okay, so yeah, we know that already. He's gonna say how much snow's outside. Beautiful white blanket side, yep. What's in the box? Perhaps a present for the family as a thank you for their hospitality. First aid kit full of medical equipment, bandages, plasters, antiseptics, and a pair of scissors.
Huh.
Diamond skill it takes to build one. Yeah. We've read that a million times already. Huh. They didn't do reflections.
Oh.
Okay. Oops. I didn't find anything in here. Did she burn anything? I could stand and gaze in the flames for hours. Try talking to her one more time.
Go ahead, detective.
Perhaps was a little rash in my response to examining the Major's
A
body.
compliment and now an apology. Well, detective, you certainly have changed your tune.
Right? He said let the party begin and then he just ghosted us.
There was something I was still unsure of. You mentioned that your training was some years ago.
From my days as a nurse, oui.
If that is so, why would you have brought several pieces of equipment usually found in a physician's bag?
One must always be prepared, detective.
Prepared? At an engagement
I mean, it's not that serious.
If I had not brought them, I would not have been
But I
able
hear
to
ya.
assist you last night. Perhaps you should be thankful for my precaution and not so suspicious.
And had you not brought them at all, I would not have to ask such a question.
Merci, madame.
What are we learning here? Here it is. First aid kit full of medical equipment, bandage, plastics, pair of scissors. She helped the nurse to find a mage, came prepared. Help get Inge hired. Works the women's shelter. Alright. Just make sure we're done.
Go ahead, detective.
Merci.
The ever-guarded Jacqueline Conrad. It is time I question her on her conversation with the Major before searching her room. Man, those kicks are tight.
Detective, what can I do for you?
Mademoiselle, I am sure you understand my reasoning for such intrusion.
If it's going to clear my name, be my guest.
Be my guest.
If you wouldn't mind answering some questions, it can hopefully be cleared faster.
The Major,
Like
what's going
I
on?
said, he's not the man he wants everyone to think he is.
Oh, no shit.
Oui. But how is it you came to that conclusion?
You don't really want me to recount every conversation I've had with him, do you?
There is one particular I had in mind.
Tell me about your argument.
An argument would imply it was a two-way conversation.
And that is not how it was?
Here it is. I've been helping Angeline get exposure, her marriage to Gideon is big news, and his work is really paving the way for others. I saw the chance to get their names out there, and he didn't like it.
What was there not to like?
He works for the other
Your
side.
guess is as good as mine, Detective. But if I had to, I'd say he was jealous it wasn't his name at the top of the article.
And his reason to storm off?
Oh, you know about that. Let's just say I didn't accept his pathetic attempt to get me to stop the story. If you're gonna try and pay someone off, at least make it worth their while.
I thought the Major would only be supportive of Mademoiselle Angeline. There must be more to why he would not want her success to be known.
You've really got a fascination with that guy, huh?
I would not say fascination. An interest, perhaps.
Well, I'll save you the bother of trying to find out more about him. He's not that interesting. In fact, he's a bit of a wimp if you ask me.
That is not the impression I got of him.
That's because you've only seen the side of him he wants you to. He knows what to say in front of the right people. But behind closed doors, he's clueless.
In what way?
Let me guess. The first thing he told you was that he was a union leader. No, the voice of the people.
A man that is proud of his work is not something to be sneered at.
That's Hugo.
Don't get me wrong, he has a way with words, and he can certainly rally a crowd. But that's about it.
Don't
At
stare
the
at
end
me.
of the day, he's a representative and nothing more. He's got to play the part, not just learn the lines.
Well, does not think particularly high of Monsieur Becca's. She is a strong, independent woman, but to use the term wimp is an unnecessary attack on his character.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to relax.
After I go through your thoughts.
Sure thing, Detective. And if you change your mind on that exclusive about that shooting...
If I do change it, you shall be the first to know.
Yeah, Becker. Alright, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Alright, we can't see what she's reading, though. Nothing going on in her bed.
Ah.
She's got shit everywhere. Jackie has set up a makeshift office in her room. She must bring her work with her everywhere. Mr. Artigue spotted leaving the Velvet Tickle Friday. Midnight? 11:15 actually. Camera House has been poaching off neighboring land. Bored deer, duck. Maggie to follow up. Miss Bonte has found her husband in a marital bed with a young maidservant. Testament from maid needed. Mr. Delant overheard in the cackling crow speaking poorly of King Leopold. You know what, Fish? You're not going to chase the mouse cursor around. That's what we're not going to do. Don't bite me. Alright, Crackling Crow, poorly King Leopold said he questioned ideas. We say doubtful, skeptical, shady. Notes from Francois. Not by Monday. See, we should be in the reflection over here. But we're not in the reflection. Alright.
Oh.
Damn it. Ooh, a pocket knife. Murder weapon. I presume this belongs to Jackie. Chasing a good story may lead her into some precarious scenarios. Looks like a face. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest in here.
Huh.
Among them, a recent article by Jackie Conrad about the riots linked to an Ernesto factory. Peaceful strikes turn to loss of lives as violence breaks out on Frontline. Following the tragic events in the city that has darkened the spirits of the people and brought to a screeching halt the rising defiance of the working class, the area has been cordoned off and police presence at the scene has increased. Factory security forces have been asked to step down and the powers handed over to law enforcement services. Workers laid down their tools, switched to fall machinery, and stood together shoulder to shoulder as the fight for fair pay and conditions raged on. What started as peaceful protests by those employed at the factories has turned into a battle of class, with support for the workers coming in from all over the city. Although reports have not been confirmed, sources state that violence broke out following a second wave of surge of supporters. Official numbers have not been published, but I believe as many as 8 workers have lost their lives in the fighting. Who started the fighting? The Workers' Front Line has been considered as a representation of the people and working class of Belgium that now refuse to work in such demanding conditions for such demeaning and insufficient wage. I don't blame them. Fuck them. Fuck the man. Chief Commissioner Leroux has confirmed that the outbreak of violence resulting in civilian deaths are being investigated, and an official statement is coming in a couple days. Did you get all that? No wonder there's a modern technology. Alright, let's talk to her again.
Go right ahead, Detective.
I was surprised to learn Monsieur Silva and the Major worked together.
All Felix cared about was money and filling his pockets with it. That's why he got into bed with De Silva.
The Major was not in need of money, though.
Need and want are 2 very different things. Did he need to move
You got that right.
leech off the Madame? No, but he wanted to.
Tell me your opinion of their work together.
As far as I know, De Silva hired him to work security. He was worried what could happen to his precious factories if things got ugly.
And your
But that's not a
reporters
mouse,
were there
though,
to cover
Selena.
the story when it did turn that
So it
way.
doesn't count. She also chases my hand and chases my feet. Not the same thing. And your reporters were there to coast story and turn you away, okay?
My reporters go where there is news to be told.
And you predicted the violence that occurred?
Anyone could see that was gonna happen. If you ask me, Hugo should have acted sooner.
Merci, mademoiselle.
I shall leave you to relax. Alright, what did we learn about the murder? We got another murder weapon, a pocket knife. Alright. Just got a knife, stack of newspapers, Jackie's notebook. Major tried to pay her off. Major only cared about money. Hugo was slow to react. And what's this double check?
Go right ahead.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Alright, I think we got it all. Here we are, Mademoiselle Angeline and Gideon's room. I wonder what we shall find. Are they sharing a room already?
Oh,
Could have mistaken it for my own. I wonder how many drinks and vacations were planned. Yep. Oh, the blanket of snow. I mean, we gotta click on everything.
aha.
Oh, I can stand here and gaze all fucking day.
Oh,
It seems they used to be closer. Perhaps their recent behavior was merely a facade. Could it be that Gideon collaborated with Zechariah? Interesting. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest in here. Alright, what did we learn here? Pristine photo. I didn't see anything else, did you guys? With all the west guest rooms searched, I should make my way to the guest rooms on the east side of the first floor. There must be evidence of collusion somewhere. Yeah, I'm cold. I'm turning my heat up. All right, let's start cooking in here. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go. Oh, we can go into the study. Oh, what's this?
huh.
Achievement unlocked. What else did I miss? Looks like that's it. How do we get to the east wing? I mean, she's standing right here. I'm assuming we need to talk to her.
Mademoiselle, we meet again.
Bonjour, Monsieur Poirot. Pardon, Détective Poirot.
Just a detective is quite all right.
Bon, can I help you with something?
It was you that alerted the house to the Major's body, was it not?
I was taking him a plate of food, but he didn't answer to my knocking.
You then entered the study.
I did. He wasn't moving. He just lay there.
I did not mean to upset you again. Seeing him there would be troubling for anyone, and I'm sure it is not a memory you wish to relive.
Tell me about your relationship with the other staff.
I suppose we're like a family. We argue, but most of the time we get along.
You must all be quite close then.
Some more than others.
Hmm.
You refer to whom, mademoiselle?
Well, Maman Ray, sorry, Rihanna, she's been here the longest, and she's very close with Lizzie on account of Luke.
How is it Mademoiselle Elizabeth's late fiance connects them?
Maman Ray is Luke's sister. You did not know that? I thought she would have said. She talks about him all the time. It must have been awful, losing him in those riots. Apparently, he was right at the front when they were charged. They didn't stand a chance. If I had been the one responsible for his death, I wouldn't want Maman Ray looking for me.
Mademoiselle Rihanna, Maman Ray, she has expressed her desire for revenge.
Every time she talks about what happened.
How is it the knowledge of Luke's death has eluded me for so long? The death of a brother is certainly motive. I did not see an aggressive side to Mademoiselle Rihanna when we spoke, but I wonder if she would act on such impulses for revenge if the opportunity arose. If you don't mind me inquiring, what brought you to the women's shelter?
I guess you wouldn't know anything about life on the streets.
It is not an experience
On the
I have had
streets.
to face personally, but I understand that many are forced into it, and the lifestyle that comes with it.
The lifestyle of a thief, you mean?
Put rather bluntly, oui.
You are the first officer that has not taken one look at me and pulled out their handcuffs.
Mademoiselle, I can see you have turned your life around, and I commend you on your efforts.
Without the Countess, I would probably be rotting in a cell somewhere.
There's an obvious alliance with the Comtesse and an understandable one at that.
Merci, mademoiselle.
New mind map. She made nothing with a young innocent maid, but there's something that she is withholding. If I'm to solve the cases before me, I must learn what it is. Alright. Margot got her the job. Disconnected. She found the body. Archie lost his key. And he has safe access. Nothing was moved in the study. I wonder if Monsieur Zachariah is as seemingly innocent as his brother. I should speak with him before searching his room. Good job, Margot. Alright, we knew that.
Monsieur Demir, I hope you are feeling better today.
Dude, Nibbler still hadn't said shit. Yeah.
Nothing a good night's sleep couldn't fix.
Man, he's got some bags under his eyes, though, for real.
Très bien. I wonder if you would be up to discussing certain matters with me.
Whatever you need.
I'm sorry for dealing with the Major's body brought up any familiar emotions.
I lost my taste for death a long time ago, but it had to be done. I'm certainly in no rush to be carrying a dead body again, though.
Most understandable. I shall extend the same gratitude to you as I did to your brother.
You've spoken to him already. How is he?
Perhaps that should be a question you ask him yourself.
Yeah, maybe.
I spoke with your brother about your past.
I bet he had a lot to say. He always did have an opinion on the war.
He sounds like Benicio del Toro.
When I say your past, I refer to your past as brothers.
Okay, well, what did he say?
It seems you both had the same sentiment for this party. Perhaps the bridges that you thought were once burnt are in fact primed to be reconstructed.
We'll see how probable that reconstruction is going to be. Until he sees my point of view, I don't know how we can move forward.
What is there for him to understand before the bond can be repaired?
He lost his friends in the war, the same as everyone. But somehow he has forgiven. I'm sorry, Detective, I can't. Gideon just doesn't understand that.
After speaking with Munsel Gideon about his brother's state of mind, I think the best thing for them both would be a reconciliation. There is something about Zachariah's story that he's leaving out, though. The death of his friends and comrades weighs heavy on him. Your brother was talking with the Comtesse while in the salon. I was unaware they were so close.
Those two, close.
They must share something in common to be able to hold a conversation for the time they did.
If there is one thing I know about my brother, it's that he will not. No. He cannot be rude. He just doesn't have it in him.
Was it not your brother that punched Monsieur Hagen?
Ah, that's different. He was asking for it. If you put my brother in a room with 5 socialites like her, he would work his way around every single one of them, offering his full attention and finest manners.
Oh, he's a ladies' man, alright.
Merci for your assistance.
Alright, let's talk about how they lived and worked together. Alright. Blanket of snow.
Oh.
Technology, music in the bedroom. What the fuck? A ceremonial dagger. I can gaze at a fire all night long. It was littered with mess. Cigarette butts discarded right next to the ashtray. He's got a booze globe too. Alright. That'd be everything.
Always got time for my favorite detective.
I'm your only detective. There is a particular item I found while conducting my
The
search.
dagger. I wondered how long it would take for that to become an issue.
I shall give you the opportunity to explain the reason for it being here before I jump to any conclusions.
It was going to be a wedding gift for Gideon. I've maybe not been the best brother in recent years. I thought this could make up for some of it.
He's like, I'll meet you guys there.
After what happened to the Major, I thought it was a bit tasteless.
You did not see it fitting to tell me you were harboring a rather sizable knife in your room?
I mean, you might want to come clean with that.
I wouldn't say harboring. And I wasn't expecting to be a suspect in a murder.
Okay.
Merci for your assistance.
Alright, Zachariah's dagger was a gift from Gideon. He was polite to Margot, cigarette butts. Hesitant to talk to Gideon. Hesitant to reconcile. Oh, what else did I miss? Oh, there's a link.
Magnifique.
The brothers. The Demir brothers' estranged relationship is enough to suggest they would have not worked together. Okay, so we ruled out that connection.
Always got.
Merci.
Oh, Hugo's room. We're gonna find some shit in here. They're trying to set up the union by. He's got a. Why do they have so many fucking booze globes? They get him at a discount?
Ah,
So many siblings, it must have been difficult for Hugo to get attention. There Hugo there? Hey, you think there's a blanket of snow outside?
oh.
Hey, do you think plants work together?
Oh.
Seems he's been tempted to write a speech of some kind, unsuccessfully though. I wonder, does this fit a pattern of behavior with Hugo? You underestimate the power of a man's defiance. Your men, you are in a position to bring all of us to an end. All we ask is what we deserve. Do not retract your men; they will be met with equal force. Really? Snow outside? Fuck that. It needs to be like 10, 15 degrees warmer. Your weapons may beat our bodies, but they will not bruise our hearts or spirits. These are the men that have built our nation, our great nation. And will continue to. Money will not save your soul.
Ah.
Inside Hugo's notebook, a hastily scribbled regarding a meeting with, I assume, Ernesto. Curious. Oh. Time and skill, yada, yada, yada. Okay, that's everything, I guess, huh? Oh, wow. I'm yawning like it's not 9 o'clock. I know it's 10. Here you go. Lots of siblings. Ernesto writing a speech. We got another match.
What a revelation.
In Jackie's opinion, she doesn't value Hugo particularly highly. Would he collaborate with anyone else, I wonder? I'm not really sure why that linked. Oh, we got another match.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I don't understand that one either. Hugo and Ernesto confirmed each other's alibis. It's possible that they may have colluded to murder the Major. Can I find anything to support this? Hugo and Ernesto confirmed each other's alibis. Okay. So we need to go talk to Ernesto. Search his shit. I bet he's next. The business monitor at Monsieur de Silva's room. Told you. Why does he have 2 hats? How many hats do you need, bro? Alright, let's go hear about technology of the gramophone.
Aha.
Hear the cool jingle at the end. Oh, we didn't get it. It didn't play the music that time. That's right, we're supposed to talk to him first before we start searching their shit, right?
Monsieur de Silva, I am sure you understand the necessity for this type of search.
Not really, Detective. Your speech was rather spirited. But it did not give me much faith in your investigation.
Oh, whatever,
I
dude.
have not had my abilities questioned to my face by one of those I suspect of a crime before.
Well, if you wish to prove me wrong, you should hurry up and find Felix's killer.
I'm talking
And
to
I
him right
hope
now,
with your
bitch.
help, monsieur, I shall.
Man of Vanderbosch spoke of your work with your late husband.
Yes, I helped him invest some money. Unfortunately, he was not the businessman he thought he was.
Madame Vandenbosch had a very similar view. At least he could have taken solace that you are both in the same position.
I think you're confused, Detective. It was Edwin that lost his fortune, not I.
Forgive my naivete. If you were helping him make viable investments, would you not have seen the same opportunity for yourself?
I told him about the opportunities. I did not tell him to put his whole family's wealth into it. The prospect of doing good meant more to him than his profit margins. He was bound to fail.
The business declared bankruptcy.
It did, until it was purchased for a fraction of its worth and made the new owner a small fortune.
I'm beginning to see Monsieur de Silva's more ruthless side. Sounds as though the Viscount was trying to at least make positive change, but perhaps he was missing Monsieur de Silva's cutthroat edge. What we spoke of last night regarding Madame Vandenbosch.
Everything that I want to say on that matter has already been said.
I understand, monsieur. But what I would like to know is, was the late Viscount aware of your feelings towards his wife?
Excuse me, Detective, but you have crossed the line.
Cross the line like an attempt to bankrupt a business partner and friend so that you'll be able to swoop in and impress a certain target of your affections.
Ooh.
You make such ridiculous accusations without a shred of proof.
Your reaction at the mere suggestion is proof enough, monsieur. While I cannot arrest you for betrayal of a friend, I can hope your conscience does not forget, and that will be punishment enough.
Monsieur de Silva's actions are not a criminal offense. But if there were a penalty for deception and deceit, he would surely receive a life sentence. He has gone to such lengths before. What would stop him from committing a similar act again? This time to the Major. I know you've worked with the Major, but what do you know of his finances?
He didn't have much to speak of. I was always surprised at the life he lived.
Surprised in what way?
Well, considering it wasn't that long ago he came to me asking about work, I didn't think he was in such good financial shape.
You offered him a position.
Nothing that he was willing to lower himself to. That's when he began talking about what else he could do for me.
Major Bird Security?
If you can call what him and his team did security. For the money I paid, I did not expect them to be so reckless.
Okay, so the Major
It
killed all
was
those
a
folks.
considerable amount you paid him?
There's no need to divulge amounts, but it was certainly more than was expected.
One would expect the business of Monsieur de Silva's caliber to have agreed on a price for the Major's services. Why would he allow the Major to barter more? Tell me more.
He said
Tell
they
me
were
more.
all professionals, but I saw nothing of the sort. He said he had worked with them all in the army as their superior officer. They were men that could be trusted.
But that was not the case?
I had not even met them before they arrived on site. They brought their own equipment. It looked like they knew what they were doing.
And this equipment, It included the weapons that injured and killed the workers?
It was not much of a choice, Detective. I said they didn't need them, but Felix said it was essential. He said he knew better.
The moment Short talks, the shader his dealings with the Major become. It's beginning to sound as though the riots were no accident.
That is all for now.
Now can we get our music?
Huh.
What the hell? A contact for a partnership between Ernesto and Hugo. It's missing Hugo's signature. This agreement is governed by the laws of the Kingdom of Belgium. Both parties agree to the following. Current workers' strike shall cease in all matters of form. Factory floor machine operators supervisors shall return to their positions immediately. Terms of the above contract shall be implemented and relevant action taken. Signed, Silver. And no backers. We just found a letter. The letter saying the blackmailer would reveal information of his questionable business dealings. He's being blackmailed too. Monsieur de Silva, at first you may question the nature of this letter, but by its conclusion you will know that what you have fought so hard to keep hidden could be far from it. You have spent years feeding off the hard-working backs of others, offering nothing in return. Your workers continue to take their lives into their own hands day after day with your shoddy, damaged, dangerous machines for a fraction of what they deserve. Deal after deal is made while your pockets become fatter, lining them with more of your blood. Money, it is your workers that must pay the price. Lining them more with your blood money. Its workers pay the price. The mistreatment and pain you have caused does not only reside in the factories you own, but the house that you live in. You do not value the lives of those that allow you to live in the opulent life that you do, and I will not allow that to continue. I can no longer sit back and watch as you disregard any sense of integrity or morality and continue to remain on your self-made pedestal, lording over those who deserve so much more. It is time you pay the price for your crimes, and it costs us 5,000 francs. It is a small price to pay for my silence, for I do not receive it before Friday. It will not be cash you are paying, but rather years behind bars. Bring the money in a small brown paper parcel, addressed to Monsieur Cordier, to the post office on Rue des Entrepôts. Give it to the cashier and leave. If you do as requested, you will not hear from me again, and you may continue your life of luxury. It is obvious you do not value others' lives, but I urge you to consider what yours is worth. All right, Ernesto, you're being blackmailed too, homie.
What is it now, Detective? Yes, and no one asked him to.
But surely it is beneficial to both parties. Your profits must have been affected.
There are barely any profits to speak of.
Why have those talks not taken place and a deal arranged?
Monsieur Beckers has made no attempt to speak with me and offered no counter-offer. The ball is in his court, Detective.
Although it is Monsieur Silva's wages and treatment of his staff that is in question, it sounds as though he's at least trying to resolve the issue. Surprising Monsieur, unlike Monsieur Beckers. Push on why Ernesto hid the letter. All right.
I have spoken of a potential blackmail ring, and yet you still kept your letter to yourself.
It is none of your business, and it is nothing more than a cheap trick to have me admit something that is not true.
If that were the case, it would be strange for you to have kept the letter and brought it with you, would it not?
Yeah, why would he bring it?
Your persistence is a trait I do not enjoy.
A courteous and empathetic manner.
No
Yeah,
reason,
that was right one.
Detective. Merely saving you from wasting your time.
I will be the judge of that. I would like to know about any and all evidence that may help my investigation. I trust there is nothing else you deem a waste of my time.
Of course not, officer. It's not as though you think I'm harboring some illicit secret. The letter was a pathetic attempt to intimidate me. Nothing more.
You do not value the lives of those that allow you to live the opposite life you do.
I have never heard so much rubbish in all my life. I value those that work hard and deserve it.
Oh, but the ones that don't work hard, you don't value?
That suggests there are some that you do not respect.
Yeah, see?
Yes, well,
Need
why
Poirot.
should I praise someone for doing a poor job? You make me sound like some monster.
Monsieur, the letter does not only discuss your questionable business dealings, but also cases of abuse against your staff. Both accusations that must be taken very seriously.
Detective, there is a difference between telling a member of my staff what to do and abuse.
And it is you that decides where that line is drawn?
In my house? Yes, it is.
Mancho doesn't like being pressed on the subject and how he treats his staff. If he had nothing to hide, there should be no need to react. No need for such a reaction. Do you have any ideas on which staff members may have expressed their abuse?
Please stop calling it that. I treat all my servants exactly how I always have, and no one has complained before.
That does not mean your behavior is appropriate.
They have one chance. If they are not doing the job they are hired to do, they are gone. You would be surprised how many staff expect an easy ride.
I did not expect Mancho to treat his staff the same as his friends, but I also didn't expect him to treat them like stray dogs.
Is there a specific member of staff that may have expected such a ride?
There is one girl, a new maid. I didn't expect great things from her, but Comtesse de Vos promised me she could do what was required.
This must be the young girl that the Compass spoke of. Perhaps the position she's finding with these girls are not the best fit.
That is all for now.
The Comtesse is using the girls to find dirt on people for the blackmail ring. Another blackmail letter. He mistreats his employees. He employed a servant from the women's shelter. Ooh, we got something to connect there.
I must act on thought. The pieces of the
There it
puzzle
is.
are finally coming together.
Two servant girls. Margot is making the shelter girls do her dirty work, finding dirt on members of the social elite. Margot has a network of helpers. Nice. Alright, also employed servant from the shelter. The blackmail letter. Unwilling to pay. Get a partially signed contract.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth. Things are beginning to become clearer.
I don't like when we can cross the streams. I'm doubtful this duo would collaborate, but would Ernesto deal with another member of this house? Perhaps someone who never confirmed his alibi.
their success. I never doubted myself.
Unless it isn't strictly the sort of man that would ask for help, no matter how important.
What is it now, detective?
Did you speak to the Compass directly about hiring a servant from the shelter?
She approached me. I thought it was rather brash.
In what way?
Assuming that I would want to take on another servant, and one from such a troubled background. She is running the charity, not I.
Moncho, there is something you are keeping from me. Your business relationship with the Major was obviously towing the line of legality.
When he came to me, I told him that with the factories on strike and my profits pouring down the drain, I had nothing for him. But he said he could help me get them all back to work and the factories earning. His rates were steep, but he said he knew what needed to be done, and he was prepared to do it.
Oh, so kill these motherfuckers is what his
A
plan
week
was.
passed and they were all still on strike. In fact, even more had joined them. He made excuse after excuse, demanding more and more money for the job to be done. But he never actually told me what he was going to do.
The riots.
I had no idea they were going to charge them like that. How was I meant to know?
And even following such a tragedy, he continued to demand money from you.
He said if he wanted my silence, it would cost. Do you have any idea what it could do to my livelihood, my name? If it got out that I had paid the so-called security that did that.
I have every idea, monsieur. You hired a militia to take action against your own workers. You deserve whatever name is chosen for being so morally bereft in your decision-making.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was what he was going to do.
Dude, he's a general,
You
colonel,
must believe
captain,
me.
major, whatever the fuck he was.
I have to believe nothing but the truth. And the truth, monsieur, is that it is not only the Major that has the blood of those men on his hands. That is all for now. Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Margot may know more than she's letting on if she has an inside link with the staff at the house. I have found no clear evidence of the guests working together in any capacity. What has become clear is the Compton's connection to the staff. Could there be something more to their relationship? I think so. Dr. Inge. And we're going to wrap it up right there, y'all. It is just about 10:30. I need a bowl of Golden Grams and a Nutty Buddy. And I'm pretty sure it just saved. Let's see if it'll save. Oh, will you let me go anywhere else? Yeah, I do it saved. Margot has links to several staff members. Alright, y'all. We're gonna hell out of here. Drop a like if you haven't already. Drop us some of your new. I'm out.